Hello everyone, my name is Diana Handelin and I am an occupational therapy student with the American Stroke Foundation. I'm creating this presentation to give you some tips on mostly homemade, do-it-yourself or DIY modifications. Here are some objectives that I'm going to cover in this presentation. I'm going to talk about some general supplies which can be used for various adaptations and modifications in the home. So let's jump right into it. Here are some general materials that you might have in the home that can be used. Some of those include tape, such as duct tape, electrical or masking, egg cartons, pool noodles, any plastic bottles you might have around, soda, milk jugs, non-slip material such as Dyson, clips, either binder, paper, chip clips, or a clamp, and PVC pipe. Okay, we're going to start in the kitchen. This first image I have is a PVC pipe bag holder. This is just one idea I found on the internet using PVC pipe that you might have lying around. If not, this can be purchased at your local hardware store and assembled in a variety of different ways. For this specific one, you can determine the size of the PVC pipe you need depending on the size of the bag you would like to use. I will attach an article in the resources at the end of this presentation with written details of instructions for completing this PVC pipe project. This adaptation just allows for one-handed transfers into the bag. I know personally this is a struggle when I'm home alone and you might not have someone to hold the bag for you. The next one I have is a one-handed peeling technique, which uses a clamp to secure the peeler to the cutting board. The first step is you would take Dyson or some other non-stick type of material, which I mentioned earlier. It can be purchased at Walmart or on Amazon, and it comes in a convenient roll which you can cut to your desired length and you can use for a variety of different purposes within the home. So once you have your non-slip surface cut to your desired length of your cutting board, place that on top of your countertop and then place your cutting board on top of that non-stick material. Then you should have a secure surface while you're peeling. This next image is using a recycled pant hanger as a recipe holder. This is simply reusing one of those hangers you might get at the store to hold recipes, so they can remain at eye level and allow you for hands-free method of reading. This works well with lightweight cookbooks or any printed recipes. This last image is the Alaskan Ulu, which allows for nice one-handed chopping method. This is nice because of the blade, and it allows for the center of the force to be placed in the middle, making chopping items easier. This can be used on a variety of different foods, from vegetables to even pizza. And it's a nice alternative in the kitchen for chopping if chopping foods are a challenge. This ulu can be purchased from a variety of different vendors online, and there are many different styles available to suit what you are looking for. Okay, so now we're going to move on to grooming and self-care. So what I have here is a flex twist rod. They have a soft exterior with the wire in the middle, allowing for easy molding. They come in a variety of different colors, shapes, and sizes, and can be found on Amazon for $15 for a pack of 42. So this first picture I have here is using the flex rod to build up a hairbrush handle. This just allows for a bigger handle for you to grasp and manipulate the tool. You can also use this to build up a variety of different handles you might have within your home, such as forks and knives, any cooking items such as spatulas, any writing utensils, or just any other tools you might have in general. This middle image is using the twist rod to wrap around the hand to keep the toothbrush secure around the hand to assist with grasping while you're using the tool. This can also be applied to a variety of different utensils within the home if you have trouble grasping while using tools. This last image is a homemade button hook. I took a pair of pliers and molded a paper clip to the desired shape and size of the button, and I glued the paper clip into the end of the flex rod. If manipulating buttons are a difficulty, this might be a nice option. These are also sold in stores by utilizing a plastic or wood handles, but I enjoy this homemade method because it allows for you to have a softer handle, and you can also wrap this around if you have difficulties with any strength or grasp. Okay, so now on to the fun stuff, our leisure activities. So I focused on cards for this one. So I use an egg carton, and there's a few variations of doing this, but I liked using the X-Acto knife and actually flipping the container over and cutting into the tops of the little egg container, because that just allows for easier positioning of the cards, and it actually holds the cards in place a little better. Next, I have the pool noodle, and that's pretty similar to the egg carton. So that's just cutting the pool noodle horizontally and then just inserting the cards. And I like this method because it actually allows for a hands-free way, and you can actually visually see your cards pretty nicely. That next variation below that of a pool noodle, this is a nice variation because this allows for you to utilize that middle circle. If you want to string a string through that you can tie around your wrist, just adds for extra support. The next one I have is utilizing a chip clip. And I like this just because it's an ease of holding and manipulating your cards. That last one is taking 2 CDs that you might have and duct taping them together on the bottom, and then utilizing that as a little fan to put your cards in. Okay, so now on to the summer stuff. Gardening. So this first image I have is of a raised bed. There are many variations you can do to this. There's even vertical ones these days, which allow for that standing option. I do like this circular version just because it allows for greater mobility as you're going around. This middle image is of a muffin tin, which is a cool hack of some seeds do require specific distances between plantings, so I thought this was a really neat way of getting those measurements evenly. This next image on the top is of those used milk jugs or old water bottles you might have around. So one method is cutting off the bottom and making like a little mini greenhouse, a sun house. And another method is poking holes in the neck of the bottle and poking that directly into your soil, which will just give that a little continuous drink throughout the day. Okay, so a few more gardening techniques. These ones are not so much DIY or do it yourself, but more purchase options, but they are so very helpful. So the first one I have is an automatic timer. And this just can be set up to your watering system and allow you to set specific times for when you would like your garden or lawn to be watered. I like this option just in case you might be out of town or you might not get to it every day. This just gives you a peace of mind to know it gets done. And this can be found on Amazon for around $30. There's also many other vendors out there. The next one I have is a watering wand. And this just adds a little extension if you have those hanging baskets or something up there to your regular hose. I like this option because it actually has a lever instead of a grip and a strength to get the water out. So it just has a little easier use, in my opinion. And these last two images are the Easy Grip arm support. And I really enjoy this one because you can use it for a variety of seasons. The top one, they're using it for gardening. And the bottom one, it looks like they're sweeping or doing some leaves in the fall. So I really like the variety you can use with the Easy Arm Support. Here's a helpful list of links that I used to create this presentation. If there's any questions or other activities that you would like to see modified, adapted, I would be happy to take on the challenge. Thank you so much for watching.